All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, to our last match today. This is KSC, the current NA second place team, versus WND, Europe's third place offering. As we spawned into Land of Fire, Zath, talk to me about the KSC lineup in the green.
All right, Raptor, KSC choosing this time. First time we've seen them doing this. Two Kremlins, yeah. Raptor, two Kremlins.
Yeah. Very odd.
Yeah, very odd. Identical build, right? So they've got basically all survivability, even vigilance, to reduce incoming torpedo damage and spot torpedoes at farther range. Unique upgrade, trading range for quicker reload in their main batteries. Also, damage control mod in slot 1, so your DCP party lasts longer, which I guess makes sense in a Kremlin because you only have a limited number of DCPs available. In this case, both have 5 because of their emergency repair experts. In front, let's see, heading towards A, we've got John the Impaler's Mosfa, unique upgrade, gun build, 420 Blaze It All, Harugumo, that's Sate. Warped Chaos, also head in that direction with a unique upgrade, Des Moines and all that. Interesting, both Kremlins, by the way, heading towards A.
We're going to talk about that in a minute, but keep going.
In the middle of the map, we've got Siberia Dog. Once again, rocking that daring with Dazzle. We saw him do that last weekend, and it actually was possibly a decisive decision. And then heading to CCAP, we have, well, basically a smaller detachment. We've got the unique upgrade, Torpedo Spec Smoke Gearing, with Blitz's Des Moines unique upgrade and gun build, and Hatake Kiyoshi's Minotaur. Remember, I believe Brisbane was banned, heading towards the CCAP.
Now, Zath, do you remember how we've seen people smoke Des Moines into this island north of B?
Yeah. I see it.
They're gonna smoke a Kremlin into that position.
Why not? I mean,
okay then. All right, well, let's have a look at the W&D lineup here.
Yeah, let's take a look.
They're already onto the A-cap, so let's start over here. Let's start with Ertug's Kleber, which is a fairly standard build there, running Swift and Silence. A little bit of gun reload, RPF, that sort of thing. Backed up by Ferris Alvaro de Passan, the second one of those we've seen. Still, to me, an unusual pick in the tournament. But, I mean, 30,000 HP, got kind of gun reload, and the fancy funny button. You can't really say that it's not capable. Backing them up is No Name's Wushta. Gun reload, RPF, all that sort of thing. Mixes Minotaur. Pretty similar build. Let's make sure. Yep, Radar Minotaur as expected.
Yep.
And then playing behind them mid is XK's Ohio here, running range, secondary range. Swift and or Brisk. Mostly a survivability build. Okay, all right. Reasonable. Siberian grabs B, as of course the Kleber Alvaro bags A. Both teams sticking up a cap here pretty early. Fazy's Montana playing mirroring the Ohio position on the other side of the cap. Both W&D battleships hanging mid right now. Taking big long-range shots at John the Impaler's Moskva.
Yeah, both of them have been doing that.
Yeah, all the way over on the C flank, we're looking at Elbard's Daring, trying to reverse into the bottom of the C cap. Fairly standard gun build there. Backed up by As the Rush Comes is Des Moines. Again, that's a unique upgrade, Des Moines, top grade gunner and concealment. Playing way on the flank over here, headed towards the 10 line, DNO's Napoli.
All right, a couple quick reminders, guys. KSC number 2 NA, WND number 3 EU. Also, I want to point out... I was
going to say, the bans for this game, as you pointed out, were Ragnar and Brisbane.
Right. Pikachu, I want to point out, too, Pikachu didn't actually move up in the Kremlin. He's just been kind of chilling in that smoke.
He moved up eventually.
Yeah.
But he's turning now. He's trying to... I mean, he's going to end up turning into what would have been Conga Line Torps, but they aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
This position seems designed to prevent, like, a cruiser rush up the one lines out.
Well, absolutely, yes. And, I mean, it's a nice spot to hold as a Kremlin. Typically, we've seen it from the south side. Because, again, that town does kind of force him to park. You can see right there, plenty of space for Montana, Ohio to arc shells over and plunge on in.
Look at John, and well done, Zath.
Yep.
The Moskva wearing the Kremlin as armor to prevent the Ohio from citadeling him. But they're going to have to break up a bit to take... Yep, there's a torpedo into well done. That's going to open a gap. And now the Montana shells are falling in, but those Montana shells don't hit anything. Not really.
I'm not quite sure what they're trying to accomplish with this push.
They are focusing John hard. Like, look at all these shells coming in. And more torpedoes.
Yeah. Yep, once again, they do the Russian mating dance.
Well, and they're bringing Sate over with his smoke. They're going to try and smoke him up into the cap, I think, but Hydro, they can see those torpedoes in front of them, so they know those torpedoes are there. Sate's going to have to get the smoke going.
It's not enough
They're
time.
going to lose John.
They are.
Yeah, they're going to lose John. They're going to burn him down right here.
It's a very poorly timed push. I would have expected Sate to have been in front of him the whole time. Instead, they just said, well, we're going to go without you. And this is the result. They lose a Moskva for basically free, and Well Done is pretty well cooked as well.
Yeah, they beat the crap out of poor Well Done. Speaking of things getting the crap beat out of them, have a look at DNO's Napoli over on the 10 line. He's getting just mercilessly hammered. Atake taking some punishment of his own as he's showing broadside as the Russia's Des Moines to the south and getting American pierced just to crap. And
I'm watching this from,
how is he going to survive this?
Oof.
He's not.
And Rush also had his Hydro up, so he missed the Daring Conga Line torpedoes.
DNO's going out.
So they get a trade over there. Okay. But, oh, big torpedo hit on Eobard Thon's Daring.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, that might open the path for KSC to get into C.
They already own C.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they already own C. So basically, it's just a matter of defending C, right? KSC now down a ship, but up on caps, up on board control, and they are contesting A. Well Done's Kremlin sitting right on the edge, making for the island, although he's spotted by God and everybody in that smoke as he fires his guns. So the question is, how much health is he going to have by the time he gets there?
Yeah, Minotaur's got Hydro running too. So, I mean, that's it.
They're just going to farm him out.
As DCP is on, remember, it's a longer duration DCP, but I don't know.
Next heal is over. I don't know. His next heal is over 30 seconds away. KSC moving out to the lead just then, ticking up 2 caps. While at the moment WD not ticking up anything, but that fire on Well Done is going to put him out. The score will flip back in just a moment.
He is well done indeed.
He is very well done. They have cooked him nicely. I feel like this play would have been better, Zath, as if you had pointed out it had been coordinated better.
Yeah. Yep, that was a simple mistiming, and as a result, they've basically thrown away 2 ships now for free over at A.
Yeah.
So,
now they got to see if they can extract warped chaos from this disastrous flank. It's 5-on-2 here over at the A-cap. Siberian Dog caught out, though, apparently. He just gave up a huge chunk of HP.
Well, and even more as Phasey gets some Montana shells in. That was Des Moines radar catching him out there. They was trying to get closer to Thon's Daring, but just missed.
Chandler rotating back this way as well.
I think we're going to see a battleship ram here, Raptor. We've got Kremlin and Ohio.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I mean, Ohio's shooting at warp chaos Des Moines, and he's gonna go for the.
Feels bad. This is a huge. This trade is a huge win for W&D.
Exactly.
He's gonna take one last salvo, just blind fire into the smoke.
Wow.
Actually, no, I think he spotted the Kleber. He actually landed on one of those shells.
Good. I guess.
I guess. KSC now has no surviving battleships as Warp Chaos's Des Moines also unable to escape the disastrous A flank for KSC.
So can we just take a moment and comment how 1 gearing and 2 cruisers actually made it work over at CCAP?
I mean, yeah.
Despite all of this, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, Ick's getting punished now, but that's largely because he's been left by himself, right? Like when he had help around, they were doing the Lord's work over here. Now that it's a huge ship advantage for W&D, it's all going Tango uniform at this stage.
Yes. Tango uniform indeed.
Candler's going to be able to dodge these torpedoes. Well, I say that. He's slowing down. There he goes. He's got his engines back on. Spotted briefly by the Montana spotter plane because he didn't have his AA turned off.
Oops.
Oops.
I've done that
daring
many
into
times.
B. Oh, I've done it. It's an 80-point lead for W&D that'll start to grow here in a minute as they erase KSC's cap advantage. Yeah,
Blitz is in no place to push. KSC's Hargamo all the way safe up there, just being chased.
It's interesting to me, Zath. You know, normally we see destroyers are impactful kills in these games. Destroyers are sometimes the earliest thing to die because they have the least amount of health, the least ability to recover it. But in this game, at the moment, up until then, all of KSC's destroyers were still on the boards. Everything they had thrown away was a much bigger ship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As Siberian Dog goes down, Dazzle did not save him here.
Nope. Sate trying to take out the Avaro de Basan with him by pumping AP into his bow. But it's a 3-on-1. Sate unable to sustain that. And yeah, this is over. This game is very over. W&D looking really good here, Zath. Although, like you pointed out, KSC feels like KSC kind of gifted them a few ships. With that said, though, W&D executed and picked up those kills where they were offered.
Oh, yeah. I mean, King of the Sea is all about taking advantage of opportunities. W&D was like, hey, you want? Okay, great, thanks. We'll take your Moscow.
Thank you. we will take your free points. Thank you muchly.
Taking this couch.
Well, Ix will go down here in a moment, and we'll be headed to Game 2 on Sleeping Giant. Now, we didn't see KSC play this strat in Land of Fire in the rest of the tournament. You almost feel like maybe they tried something new that just didn't work.
Oh, they absolutely did, yeah. And looked cool.
It was, yeah, it looked cool. I liked the smoking the Kremlin into that mid position. It just didn't, I mean, it's a neat thing to see, but they didn't get him anything, did it?
No, I mean, John the Impaler was very impressed for a few moments. And
yeah,
that was it.
A few short moments.
Look at WND, by the way, just nicely here. You go get this kill. Okay, now you go get this kill. Now you can take this one. It's like just sharing the love.
Very egalitarian. Everybody chipping in there. All right, well, let's throw it back to the studio and see what they have to say, guys. We'll see you for Game 2 in a little bit.
Oh, sorry guys, I was just ordering pizza. Welcome everybody to Game 2, WND versus KSC, our last match of the day. WND up 1 over KSC, WND 3rd place, KSC 2nd place, 3rd place EU, 2nd place NA. Raptor, what do we have for WND, sir?
WND making a very unconventional choice with their lineup, opting for only a single battleship, and that is FaZe's Montana here, going for a traditional American, upgrade plotting room 2 in slot 6 there. A little bit of survivability, basic survivability, and all that sort of thing. He's it. Other than that, they have gone fairly cruiser heavy. Of course, they're running 3 different Des Moines. We've got No Name over here, a unique upgrade, top grade gunner and concealment, headed out wide to A, backed up by DNO's Moskva. Again, not legendary. We've seen a lot of unique upgrade Moskvas over the course of the event, but not today. Dino opting for reload and top grade gunner. The other 2 Des Moines, that's WCG Ryder, headed down the 6-7 line here with his Des Moines, and backed up with As the Rush Comes Des Moines as he's playing a little more wide, probably headed out to the 9 line or so. In front of that, we've got Mix's Kleber. This is a more traditional build, not unique or legendary or anything. Fearless Brawler, gun reload, that sort of thing. Backed up by Ertug's Gearing and a more traditional torpedo build there. Not running the engine booster upgrade in slot 2, but definitely running Swift in Silence and RPF. Headed to mid, Eobard's Daring, the gun build we saw him using last game. And then the last destroyer over here on the right, that's Ferry's Harugamo in the famous 420 configuration, all the smoke in the world. What's KSC packing on the bottom end of the map, Zath?
KSC is packing a whole lot of hate for C right now as we see shots already ringing out for Misa's Kleber, it's been detected. Siberian Dog doing the detecting there with his radar Yu Yang torpedo spec, along with, of course, Dazzle. Behind him is Candler's gearing with this typical smoke torpedo unique upgrade spec with warped chaos right behind him. Obviously, those two are going to form the death snail on this side. Pikachu reprises his role in the Vermont, although this time deciding to go hard over at sea instead of playing up the 6-7 line that we've seen him do so many times on this map. In the middle is Quicksilver with the typical unique upgrade Des Moines, just setting up that radar picket position, and there it goes, being tripped as Elbard in the Daring tries to get in there. Now, Ryder could possibly counter radar and get Quicksilver detected, although I don't know who can be hit by that. On the other flank, we've got the Storm's Moskva that's already being shot at by the Montana with his plane up. JD Red 5's Ohio in position to try to help anything up there to the north. His plane's going up. He's in the full damage build. Ohio ready to get some shots in on the Daring. Way off to the far side, the one line, we've got Sate's Hargamo and Hataka Hiyoshi's Des Moines in pretty much what you've seen all day for specs.
Yep. A lot of interesting play here, a lot of cap defense early. Now, the early drama at sea I thought was noteworthy, Zath, because Siberian Dog held his fire, and then when it looked like they weren't going to get the reset on the Kleber, then he opened fire. And they punished him for it, because before he got dark again, you see there he lost about at least 30% of his overall health pool.
Speaking of losing health pool, replay just caught it. We saw those single fire torpedoes coming in on Storm's Moskva, and
Ooh.
ouch, ouch, ouch. And those hit without his hydro active, so feels bad, but okay.
That is a Daring. I mean, the Daring has a pretty good idea where you're going to go, and you can see him now just basically like, well, look, you know where I am, but I have more health than you, or more effective health than you, so let's do this.
And more
Moskva
friends.
Moskva now on double fires. His next heal 60 seconds away. He's DCP active now.
Yeah, it feels...
Storm in trouble.
I really don't understand the decision to put him there for a couple reasons. One, A is completely wide open. You've got the Gumo Des Moines combo. If WND...
But they don't know that yet.
No, but what I'm saying is if WND decided to put a lot of beef over there, right, you'd be concerned about Storm's position because he's not really doing anything at A. Could easily get flanked. So that feels weird. At 2, that's such a traditional spot for a Moskva to be that I'm just surprised that Storm got surprised by the Daring there in the B cap, you know, with all those torpedoes and everything.
Agreed. You almost have to expect it there. Now, Siberian's Yang had moved up and started to cap B. That prompted the radar out of rush. That radar's ticking now. When it ends, I'm sure Siberian will go back because they don't have another way to defend that C cap.
Yep.
Storm, though, getting farmed again.
Warp Chaos is detected. I think he's just opening up with his guns. Frankly, with the situation of Storm, I really feel like we need to see a hard push coming at sea. Not a little bit of, loosey-goosey stuff, but just go, because Phasey's the only battleship. So take advantage of the fact that he's looking someplace else.
Yep. Storm healing and retreating, trying to weather this one fire, does finally put it out now that he's dark. Quicksilver's Des Moines punishing Mix's Kleber in the middle of the board.
Yeah. And that might be the
6 minutes
opening.
gone, and
Go ahead.
yeah, 6 minutes gone, and so far it's just been all cap defense. Everybody's got defense ribbons. Nobody has cap ribbons. Siberian finally back onto C.
He should
Looks
get
like
it.
he's gonna be able to pick this up. They have no way to defend it now. No radar can reach him.
Well, moving the Kleber around signals something, though. WND has sensed a weakness in KSC's setup, and that weakness is A. You can see it very now happily just smoking himself into A, especially knowing that the Storm's radar is down. He's got nothing really to worry about. He can just walk right in.
Well, he can and it will. Touching the cap right there, bringing No Name's Des Moines with him.
Yeah. And Dino Gaming's Moskva is getting in position now. You can see WND has decided A is going to be where we're going to grab, maybe even get a kill. As the Montana for WND, Phasey is now rotating over to C cap. I guess they figured they've done enough damage to the Storm's Moskva.
JD's Ohio took a salvo right there, but came up empty on phase. He had a beautiful angle. He just didn't quite lead the shots right, and so they all fell short. Now in firm control of the C flank. It feels like KSC, if they want to claim a game out of this series, they're going to have to reorganize and get back towards the middle of the board.
Well, and the thing is, they haven't lost a ship, right? I mean, yeah, Storm is low, but they haven't lost a ship. Quicksilver now catching Obard Daring with his radar. Nice hit there.
Yeah, but check out this torpedo salvo on JD. He's going to eat at least 2 more of these Harugumo torps. Big Japanese torps making big holes in his hull.
I'm very curious why JD just kind of came out like that, but okay.
Think he was trying to get ready to flip around, maybe?
Phasey.
I'm not sure exactly.
Phasey gets smacked by Pikachu's Vermont. Unfortunately for KSC, all those Deepwater Torps missed the WND battleship.
JD's going to go out here in just a minute. When that happens, KSC's battleship advantage will be gone, just like that.
They have parity now, battleship parity.
Yep. WND up a ship. About 60-point lead here. 8 minutes gone.
Interesting, they shoved the Kleber into the Thunderdome.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get proxy spots on Storm.
Yeah.
They know he's low. He's basically burned through most of his heals. They were trying to get that kill. But now you can start to get the sense that KSC senses that Phasey is the pickup, right? He's low. He's under pressure. His next heal's 20 seconds away.
Look at the one line. Safe detected on radar. No name, just charging straight at him. Sate's gone.
Going to go out right here.
Atake's going to follow shortly after, I think.
He's going to get his torpedoes in the water as Phasey bags Candler's gearing before he goes out. 2,400 and falling is Phasey. No name manages to dodge all the torpedoes. Well con.
That's seamanship.
Yeah.
And now if you're Atake, who are you going to shoot at? The broadside Moskva or the Des Moines?
He has to deal with the threat. He has to deal with the threat in front of him. If you let No Name live, he's going to ram you and take you off the board. You have to kill him.
But the point I'm getting at is he's giving Moskva broadside in the process. Ram gets through. I mean, No Name didn't even have to do that. He could have just sat there and let the Kleber chip away with the Moskva as well. But okay, they just went full send anyway.
Well, it's a 3-ship lead for KSC. Phasey got down to 2,000 HP before his next heal came available. And having ticked it through, he's back in the game about 10,000. Pikachu's Vermont on the 9 line.
Yeah.
Man, feels weird to see Vermont over here.
Well, I wonder if the fact that there was only one battleship on WND's side made them think, okay, we can, try to flank it or something. But I'll tell you, KSC losing that Ohio so quickly just hurts.
They're gonna lose Pikachu right here. I mean, think about this. They came in with a battleship advantage, and both of their battleships died before Phasey did.
Yes.
Wow. WND looking really solid here. So, I mean, if I'm KSC, I don't think there's a way back into this game. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't see it. They have the opportunity to potentially beat up this Des Moines, but his hydro's ticking. He shouldn't take any of these torpedoes. His radar is going to go up. That should allow him to finish Siberian. They've got a couple of WND ships very low, but I don't know where they're going to claim one of these kills.
Ryder does take 2 of the deep waters in the face, but he doesn't care. He's just going to keep going. I mean, at this point, like you said, they must have a 2-to-1 advantage in ships, right? Actually, they do.
He's trying to get turned. He's trying to get turned to allow... Yep, Warp still sneaks a Citadel in the bow. But is Warp going to live to even try for a ram or something here? Which is a terrible trade for KSC. Nope, doesn't even make it. So, do you feel like this was a game of KSC reaching too far too fast? I didn't feel like there were any forced errors in that game.
I kind of feel like I feel like, first of all, the Mossfoot, the decision to throw the Mossfoot in the traditional spot, I mean, fine, do it. But at least if you know that there's a threat of torpedoes, put your Hydro on. Like, that to me just seemed really odd. And I mean, I've made that mistake too on this map, you know. I've gotten caught out in the middle of the map by torpedoes. It happens, it feels bad, you know, whatever. But the other thing that really kind of shocked me is JD just going. I mean, I don't know. For us, we don't see the torpedo aims and, you know, where the white lines are and stuff like that. But it felt to me like JD wasn't really making that many maneuvers. He didn't really respect the torpedo threat, and threw away that ship as a result.
The ship that began on the lowest health for KSC is their last survivor, but it's not enough. W&D sweeps the series.
Yeah. So it's a great series to see. I'm sure KSC is going to have a lot to think about after this this battle. You know, there's still tomorrow for them, but you know, they got to be thinking about what can we do to tighten things up between now and then.
Definitely. All right, guys, that should be our last game of the day. We'll throw it back to the studio for a little bit more analysis and an outro.